Hi ladies, thank you for joining us. I'm joined today by the lovely Carrie Hoffman. So I'm going to pass you over and she can tell you a little bit more about herself.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name's Carrie, and I am an American who's been location independent for about a year now as an entrepreneur working on a couple different businesses. I've always been obsessed with traveling ever since I was like a teenager, really, and I've always just prioritized traveling as much as possible. But in the last, my husband, we just always travel a lot together and go on these big backpacking trips that were amazing, but we would like run out of money at the end and then just go back to the United States and get jobs again and start over again and leaving for the next trip. And we didn't want to do that anymore. We wanted to make travel more of a way of life. So we brainstorming about how we could become digital nomads, and we made it happen almost 1 year ago. We packed up all our stuff, sold a lot of it, and took off to Asia. And so we've been traveling and working online, doing a few different things throughout Asia for the last like 10 months. And let's see, we started out doing mostly digital marketing work. We have our own marketing agency focusing on helping hostels and tourism and travel related businesses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been fun. But, you know, like through our travels and the people we met and just a lot of inspiration from, you know, the places and people we encountered, we came up with another idea, which is what we're focusing on now. And our company is called Bigger Life Adventures, and we're running yoga and adventure retreats in bucket list destinations around the world that also give back to local communities. Yeah. So fantastic. This idea just came to us, just based on like thinking of what we could do that really combined like all of our interests and talents and passions, which are me being a yoga teacher, him being an amazing vegan chef, both of us loving travel, loving nature and hiking and climbing and surfing and all of this stuff, and just loving to share those activities with friends and encouraging people to travel. So we just were brainstorming about all of this, and we were actually visiting Angkor Wat with another friend for like a long weekend. And she was like, why don't you guys do retreats? You'd be amazing at it. And so we talked about it for the whole weekend with her, and then by the end of the weekend we were like, yeah, let's do it.
I love how you've kind of put what makes you happy as the top, you know, the most important thing, and then you kind of work down from that. Absolutely amazing. So what skills and what you want to do, what you enjoy doing, and then work backwards from that to find a business that, you know, is viable. I think that's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, totally. Because if you're not doing something that like lights you up inside, then what are you really doing, you know?
Definitely.
And I totally just think that our idea was, you know, kind of cosmically inspired by the universe. Everything just came together to lead us to this idea that's perfect for us, and we're both so excited about it.
Fantastic. So have you done your first retreat yet, or is it still in the early days?
It's still in the early days, but we have 3 retreats coming up this year, and the first one is coming up soon. It'll be at the end of July, and we're starting with a mini weekend camp out retreat in the mountains of Southern California. So we're going back to California to visit some friends and family and having the retreat while we're back there. So we're super excited about that. It'll be like a yoga and hiking adventure in beautiful nature, with awesome homemade vegan food at the campsite, and some really cool people are coming. So we're super excited.
How amazing is that? Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
And then the next 2?
So the next one will be in Sri Lanka, which is where I am now, actually. It's this September in Sri Lanka. It'll be like a full 8-day retreat. It'll be yoga and surfing. So we'll have myself and another yoga teacher teaching different styles of yoga and meditation throughout the week. We have local surf instructors to help everyone go surfing. Whether you're a beginner or experienced, we can take you to spots depending on the level. And then we'll be doing like a safari in a national park during the week. We'll be staying at this amazing colonial villa in the jungle. And yeah, Sri Lanka is definitely our favorite country that we've been to this year, and we can't wait to share it with people. And then the last one for 2018 is going to be in Tanzania in East Africa.
Wow.
So it'll be a 9-day yoga retreat, and half the time on Zanzibar Island on the beach and half the time on safari in the amazing national parks in Tanzania.
Wow, how exciting.
Yeah, we're super excited about that one too. I actually lived in Tanzania and worked there for a while several years ago. I was a volunteer teacher in a really small village in Tanzania.
Okay.
And I've been just dying to get back there ever since then. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to bring some more people and show them this country that is so close to my heart and so beautiful and stunning.
Definitely. So how many retreats are you looking to do per year going forward?
To do 4 retreats per year going forward.
Okay.
But we would definitely be open to adding more if they sell out. And yeah, we think we have a great concept and we want to bring it to as many people as possible, because we're also donating to local causes with each retreat. So we're super focused on sustainable travel and being eco-friendly and choosing good tour companies and good people to work with on the retreats.
Yeah.
And then we also donate 10% of all the participation fees to these carefully selected causes everywhere we go. So, for example, the one in the mountains in California, we're giving back to an environmental nonprofit called the Sierra Club. The retreat in Sri Lanka, we're giving back to this great organization called We Care, and they're a veterinary nonprofit, and they're saving and treating and vaccinating and spaying and neutering Sri Lankan street dogs.
Okay.
And then in Tanzania, we actually have 2. So we're giving back to a local school in Zanzibar, and then also a nonprofit called Fair Travel, which is devoted to empowerment and education and helping the people who work in tourism and their families.
Wow. Sounds amazing.
Thanks. We're super excited, and we'll definitely be doing some type of educational programs on the retreats too, where we'll have people come in from our give back partner organizations to talk about their work and what they're doing, and people can learn more about the issues and how they can help. Because we think that traveling and going to these places and seeing things with your own eyes and spending your money there and really investing in the local economy and giving to causes is one of the best ways that we can make a change in the world for the better.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit about what sort of routines you have in place. Have you got a morning routine you start your day off? Obviously you're a yoga teacher, so I'm presuming there's kind of meditation and things like that kind of involved in your day. So can you tell us a bit more about your morning routine and why you find that it works for you?
Sure. So I try to be an early riser and not hit snooze. So I try to get up pretty early, around 6 a.m. and start my day off right with some meditation and pranayama breathing exercises. And then after that, sometimes I practice yoga on my own. Sometimes I'll go to a yoga class, or sometimes I go teach if I'm teaching a class in the place where we're currently based.
Yep.
So I've been in classes here in Sri Lanka, which is really cool. But definitely I always try to start my day off with some meditation and yoga as much as possible. And then coffee. I love coffee.
Coffee is always good.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So what is it you enjoy, and I think I know the answer, but what is it you enjoy most about working for yourself?
Just the freedom, for sure. I love having the freedom to travel to new places and explore and set my own schedule. I love being able to do something different a little bit each day, not have a set routine or a boss that I'm reporting to. I love being able to just get up early and knock out my work early and then go to the beach or go surfing or you know, some days we decide that we're gonna go like go on safari or go do something cool and take a couple days off from work.
Yeah.
So I love just having the space and the freedom to do that. It's super amazing.
So it sounds like a fantastic life, and you've got a beautiful background, which we were just talking about before we started recording, but it looks absolutely beautiful there in Sri Lanka. So what do you find? So we know, obviously, you know, you're very much based on your happiness and what you enjoy doing, and obviously living life very much on your terms, all about the freedom. Is there anything that you find particularly challenging about working for yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely not without its challenges. I would say a big one for me would just be finding that work-life balance,
Mm-hmm.
because especially when I was just starting out as a digital nomad, it was all new to me. You know, I
Yes.
had my own business before, but I had never been fully self-employed and location independent.
Mm-hmm.
So finding that balance of like when to take a break, when to stop working, how to create space for that morning routine, and how to like give myself time off without feeling like I should always be working on my
Yep.
businesses was definitely a challenge, and it continues to be a challenge. And I just try to like set goals for each day, and then I also try to have a set time when I stop working in the evening, because if
Mm-hmm.
I work straight up until bedtime, then I don't sleep well, and
Yes.
that's not healthy. So I think having a set time where we stop working and like go have some dinner together or go to the
Yeah.
beach or just have like more time to chill and hang out with friends in the evening is a good idea. But I'm not always perfect at it. Sometimes I do just get like obsessed and keep working too
Yeah.
much.
I think it's the balance, isn't it? Like you said, and sticking to our own boundaries,
Right.
you know, is really important. But like you said, it's not always easy. You know, I try to get up a little bit earlier than the rest of the household so I can do my morning routine. But it's super tempting to check the emails quickly or just see what messages have come in. And I have to kind of be, no, you know, really strict on myself. That is my time to kind of do my morning routine and meditation, whatever it is I'm doing, rather than kind of going straight into work. And like you said, being able to switch off at a certain time, not respond to messages that come in. And I'm really strict now at not kind of responding to anything on the weekend. It's my time with my children and my husband, and you know, it's time for us and it's time for me to relax and so forth. So yeah, I completely understand how difficult it can be, because I'm much better in this business, but previous businesses, I've allowed it to kind of take over completely. So I completely understand your struggles with that one. Do you have any kind of recommendations of tools, apps, systems, anything like that, especially as a digital nomad, that you literally couldn't live without in your day-to-day life, no matter where you are in the world?
Yeah, I definitely use certain apps a lot to help with some of my social media management clients. Apps like Later or Plan or just Instagram scheduling apps are super vital to
Yep.
that. Doing things in batches has helped me tons. So I'll do like I'll plan out all the social media posts for the week ahead for my social media clients.
Mm-hmm.
And that just makes it go so much faster and gives me more time to focus on my yoga retreat company, obviously.
Yeah.
And with everything I do, I always try to think ahead. So anytime I'm sending an email or anytime I'm writing a pitch or anytime I'm writing a social media post, I try to think about how I can use this in order to repurpose it and use it again in the future.
Yeah.
So being like super organized on your laptop with, you know, like these are all these drafts that I can use again, and these are all these posts that I can alter slightly and use again, or pitches or anything like that. Just
Yeah.
always think about like, how can I use what I'm working on now again to save myself time in the future? Because if you're like responding to every email or pitching every website just from scratch every time, you're wasting your precious
Yeah.
time. So
It's really time consuming, isn't it? So you're uber efficient.
yeah, I try to be as much as possible. In my previous life, when I had a normal job, I was a manager in a backpackers hostel in charge of 100 beds and 20 staff members. So I learned a lot about efficiency
Yes.
and from that job.
I would imagine you did. I imagine that was quite full on.
It was full on. It was really fun, but really intense.
Yeah.
Had to be on call sometimes. So I also didn't really have a good work-life balance in that job. So I miss the good times, but I definitely love working for myself.
Definitely, yeah. I know I couldn't see myself going back into employment now. I've been self-employed off and on since I was 18, but this last time, 11 years. And I just, the thought of going back to employment ever, just really couldn't do it. No,
So,
definitely.
We'll just continue on this path of
Indeed, and see where it takes us. So what would you tell somebody who's just starting out? Could you give them any kind of, I don't know, words of wisdom or advice, or what would you tell them?
I would say to just don't be afraid to invest in yourself and in your future, whether that be hiring like a business coach or joining a mastermind or just doing something that might seem scary, but that you know might help you as an entrepreneur in the long run. I would say go for it. And then also on that note, you can't wait until you feel 100% ready to do these things. If you have a dream and you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to be location independent, but you keep waiting and feeling like you're not ready and you're not ready yet, you're never going to feel 100% ready. So you just got to go for it at some point and trust that it's all going to work out.
Definitely, completely agree.
It's scary, but I think when you have a dream and you're super passionate about it, then the universe really conspires to help support you.
Definitely. Oh, thank you ever so much for joining us today. And I'll pop your links on the website as well, so we can see where we can find you and where people can come and visit you on one of your amazing retreats that are coming up. But is there, do you want to give a quick shout out on the video itself as to where we can find you, and then I can add the links as well?
Sure. So my company is called Bigger Life Adventures because we want everyone to dream bigger and have bigger adventures. So it's biggerlifeadventures.com, Instagram, Bigger Life Adventures, Facebook, Bigger Life Adventures. And we'll pop the
Fantastic. It was absolutely lovely to speak to you. I'm in awe of your amazing life and just kind of working from your biggest happiness and working your way down. I think you've really got it sorted, and you seem to really have all your ducks in a row, so to speak, which is amazing. But yeah, it's been absolutely lovely to speak to you. I wish you all the best with the upcoming retreats. And yeah, I'll drop your links below. And if anyone wants to get in touch with Carrie, they can just click on the links and drop her a message.
Okay. Thank you
so much. Thank you. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye. Bye.